Good evening. We're starting with breaking news and a possible major development in the serial shooter investigation.
Questions tonight on whether Phoenix police may have a person of interest in custody in this case.
So far, our sources in law enforcement aren't confirming that development, but the Valley has been on edge and waiting for any new developments in this investigation for months after those shootings that went from Maryvale to East Phoenix.
Tonight, we have live team coverage on this breaking story. Let's start with 12 News' Kevin Kennedy. Kevin.
Yeah, guys, you said it, a major development. That's what my sources are saying in regards to today's news. Multiple media outlets here in the Valley saying that a person of interest in the serial street shooting case has been arrested on unrelated charges. Now, I have personally talked with multiple sources within the police department and who are connected with the police department. And while none would confirm an arrest, none denied it. One person telling me they believe the department is hopeful but cautious. Phoenix police have not officially commented on the arrest, but again, they are not denying it. The most compelling information comes from a victim who says police had him identify a man earlier this week. We'll have more on that coming up. I can tell you that 12 News has identified a person that we believe is who police have in custody. And while we are not releasing his name yet, I talked with a neighbor who told us that he actually watched as a black sedan was removed from that gentleman's house earlier this week. I can also tell you that he told me that what he described as U.S. Marshals surrounded that house, watching that home for several hours before the suspect left. We now know that a suspect has been arrested. Once again, Phoenix police not confirming, but it certainly does appear they have a person of interest in relationship to the serial street shooter case that has been arrested on unrelated charges. More on this story coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. For now, though, we're live in Phoenix. I'm Kevin Kennedy, 12 News.
Kevin, thank you for that. Tonight, one of the few surviving victims is confirming to 12 News that he was contacted by Phoenix police earlier this week regarding a possible development in the serial street shooter case.
Team 12's Charlie Etzedy spoke to that man. And Charlie, what did he tell you?
Well, Mark, this victim does not want to be identified, but was driving through this intersection with his 4-year-old little nephew back in July when shots rang out. Now, he and his nephew were not harmed. And he also says he got a good look at the shooter's face, which is possibly why Phoenix police paid him a visit earlier this week. This man says officers came by his home and showed him several different mugshots, and he picked out 3 he believes could possibly be the shooter. This is the first time in a while that this man says he has been contacted by police, and said the officer's visit was pretty short and they could not definitively say whether or not a suspect had been identified in this string of shootings. Now, we've reached out to other families of victims, and they tell 12 News that they have not been contacted by police. And this victim says one mugshot in particular stood out among all the rest.
It might be that guy. When they showed me the pictures, I did get a little chills because I feel as if I think this might be the guy. I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but when you haven't seen someone for a very long time, and perhaps you haven't even spoken to them, but when you see them, you know, if you had some sort of contact with this person, you instantly recognize them, even though you might not recall their name.
And some pretty chilling words there from this victim, who says he's very hopeful that an arrest will be made in this case. And he also says that it will provide him and his family some closure. We're live from Phoenix. Charlie Etzedy, 12 News.